Hello and welcome to Pro Clubs Weekly. I'm your host, Eightball, and I'm joining co-coms tonight by Domino. Domino, how are you this evening, good friend?
Yeah, all good, my friend. Looking forward to this exciting game.
We've got Leipzig versus Schalke in, I think it's the German Community Shield.
Is that what it's called?
I think so. You know what I mean. It's the curtain raiser for the German league. These two teams are in the higher tier, so we should be expecting some good quality football today, and already it started at quite high pace. Schalke now breaking into the final third, and there's acres of room on this right hand side. Gets the ball down, and good CDM work from Spoonsy. Plays out to the left hand side, and again acres on that right hand side. He can't quite get it out quick enough. Well cut out by Hyde. We've got West up front and Konza, who I believe is the cameraman for tonight, so thank you, Konza.
Big shout out to you, sir. Big shout out to you, sir.
Just settling down now, and centre back calm, composed. Both of them calm and composed, showing that high tier quality.
Yeah, it's a good start to the game. What I'm going to say is, we talked on our previous videos about the type of build strikers should have, the lengthy build. They've opted for a different build. The striker here looks about 5'3".
Yeah. And both of them do actually. Here's the other little nippy one, Deck, who's up front. He's coming up against two Colossus at the back. So it'll be interesting there, because they're not going to catch him, but also he's not going to win a single header the whole game.
But what it does happen, and you'll see it a lot with the smaller players in the game, the ball roll is so much effective when you're a smaller player than you are a taller player. Don't know what it is, just a lot more effective. So look out for the little nippy ones hitting some of the ball rolls.
And Leipzig actually broke down that right hand side there. It looked promising until they ran the ball out, but good signs for Leipzig early on. They've broken into that Schalke box a few times now. That being said, Schalke do look decent when they're getting that ball down.
Hit him square in the face.
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen as soon as I said it.
people sometimes.
Again, Spoons.
There's nothing you can do that as a pro. Nothing you can do that as a pro.
If your pro wants to mess it up, he's messing it up. And Schalke have got a centre midfield out onto this left hand side with Michael. Is it going to be swung in? He's kept it low. Again, perhaps looking for that small striker. And they've lost the header, but they've retained possession. Holloway's got it on this right hand side, who looks quite tidy as well. And here is the mini-man Deck. Plays it out to this right hand side. Holloway breaks past his man. Swung into that back post, and a good header away from the right back. Put back into the mixer, and again repelled by Schalke. A good opening 20 minutes in this game. Yeah,
great defending, great offensive plays. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Let's see what they do here with the corner. Like we said, these breakdowns in play, you need to have something.
And they've gone short. And this one looks straight from the training ground, back post, and again the ace Scorpion does really well defensively. Good positioning, because I think it's just hit him really than actually winning the header. Ball swung in, pinging around. Holloway wins the header back in, and it's repelled again. And now all of a sudden Schalke on the counter-attack with Michael. He's absolutely surrounded here. He wasn't going to do much there. 3-on-1 basically. And Leipzig have decided to play their way out of trouble, and they look good doing it. Georgie, who I believe is the manager, playing it back there. And again, keeping possession well. Deck gets crumbled by the centre-back, but they've still got the ball. Opting to pass it along the floor, and again...
Oh, that's nice. Unlucky with the pass, but that was very nice. He lost me there. Sent me for hot dogs.
Ace Scorpion, after playing so well defensively, has given the ball away. It just won't drop soon enough. And Schalke do well defensively there after initially giving the ball away in their own box. Michael, again, who looks a constant threat, plays it inside. The striker didn't give him too much there, run offside. Right back for Leipzig wins. Oh no, he's given the ball away for a throw-in. It's 30 minutes in. High octane, high pace. Throw-in just about retained, and Schalke win the ball back and just stop for a little bit of a breather. Quite rare in VFL and pro clubs, competitive. And they're working it through the thirds again. It's good to see in this higher tier stuff. It's really nice to see the teams work it through those thirds. And Georgie wins it back.
You don't see the panic. L1 triangle, very, very composed. Look at this, comfortable in possession, and then you see the L1 triangle.
Yeah, it was always going to happen as soon as you said it. Leipzig break down this left-hand side. Comes inside where there's a bit more space to Georgie. And Temper with the skills gets out to the dangerous Holloway. And again, Temper's just absolutely drilled himself through there on this right-hand side, bullying his way through. Holloway again beats his man, swings it in. Very, very theatrical clearance. Big winners, and he's snuck in around the back post. And it's good positioning.
Great keeping.
Good positioning from the goalkeeper. And people will think that that's not hard, but I assure you, having played one game in goal, that is hard.
If people want to go back and look at that video on this channel, watch the 3D chess the keeper was playing there. He faded to the front post and then stayed into the middle of the goal. Made the striker go that way. Excellent goalkeeping.
It actually wasn't a bad finish in the end. He could have done a little bit more power on it, but Schalke coming on the attack into the final third. They give the ball away, but they've won it back with Hunts. They've gone for the L1 triangle over, and it's repelled by Konza and out by Holloway. Again, some quite good distance on some of these headers. Exhibit A. Now it's turned into a bit of head tennis at the moment.
Here we go.
Luzini into George. Out to Holloway again, who's having a good game so far.
Yeah, Holloway's, I tell you what, every time he's squaring up his man, he's not looking too bad in that position.
Spoonsy looking for either one of the three attacking players in the box, has given the ball away. And Michael wins the ball and also the foul and also half-time all in one. And again, I think there's a pattern emerging here as it's high pace, high intensity, but it's so good to watch.
Do you know what? I think difference in the team is that right-hand side of Holloway. I tell you what, he's looking very, very good on the ball. He's looking composed. And I tell you what, his decision-making, to take people on, to cut it back, to pass it, I think he's a danger man in the second half. And I think people need to get closer to him because he's making the difference.
And who do you think is more likely to make that initial breakthrough? Because we've got to have a winner at the end of this game. There's no draws in this German Cup thing.
On this current run of play, I'm going to go Leipzig, but we'll see. Great first half. Let's enjoy the second one. Here we go.
Schalke get us underway. Ball back to one of the three centre-backs. It looked like a 3-5-2. But immediately give it away. And Leipzig have got the ball on this left-hand side now, swapping over from the right-hand side, aiming for the dangerous Holloway. Good win and CDM, but it comes straight back out, and there's the main man, stands up to the back post. Good interception by a Scorpion, who's looked like one of the better Schalke defenders, and a routine save this time, I would say, from the Schalke goalkeeper.
Still can't drop it, so fair play to him.
Yeah, you've still got to save it, basically. And Leipzig have a throw-in on the halfway line, as both teams are still looking for an opener. And another 30-40 yard header. Pinged out to this right-hand side.
At this stage, 8-ball, who do you think's the more likely to score?
I fancy Leipzig, I must admit. No disrespect to Schalke, but they've got some good-looking attacking players here. As Georgie gives the ball away, and Schalke now come on the break, trying to prove us both wrong. I think we've both gone for Leipzig, actually, haven't we? And Schalke still keep the ball in this final third. Skills on this right-hand side, the cutback just wasn't there.
Excellent.
That was excellent. The skill and the run almost deserved that ball, but Temper wins the ball back off a bad touch, and now he's breaking down this right-hand side, busting out all the skills. He's retained possession. And Leipzig just enjoying a bit of possession now in this second half. Into Luzini. And well cut out again by a Scorpion, but caught in possession, not for the first time. Georgie pings it in, and they're playing about with it on the edge of the box, trying to make some space for the shot, but they're being snuffed at every opportunity. Now a chance for a break for Schalke.
I mean, Schalke's defence, they're on point today.
Yeah.
Can't lie to you. I tell you what, they've been the lesser team in some respects, but defensively, not put wrong.
Schalke have gone route one, and Kobe's gone for the big header out of the way, and
yeah, you've got to do that. You can't get you're the wrong side. You're the taller player. You've got to head it that way.
And I mean, what looked like an easier chance to score himself, he's unselfishly knocked it down to his teammate. But it gave the Leipzig defenders a chance to get across and block that. That was a big chance, though.
Eightball, when you were manager, the first thing I've always say on VFL is your first and second at corners. Always sticks with you. You've got to make sure you do the first and second.
Yeah, and I do think
and they've done the second
that's quite a rare thing to find in VFL. Is just those players who just don't ever switch off. To get 11 of them on the pitch at one time, that's the only way that you can not concede from corners or throw-ins, just those sloppy plays really, when you've got 11 players who don't switch off. But that's quite rare.
Yeah, because you've got to remember on FIFA, most of the ones, once you win that initial header, you're running out. You've got to make sure you do that first one and then watch the recycle and make sure you do the second, always. So watch for the better teams to do that.
It's all about discipline really. People are used to playing, Div 10, playing with bots. And the first thing you do is shirk off defensively, but Leipzig are in here. Deck with the skill. He's absolutely smashed it home. 1-0 to Leipzig.
I told you, there's those little men that can ball roll. I didn't think that defending in there was poor. I think the defender done everything he could. It was excellent. That was excellent. Hats off, sir.
And it was that press off a bad touch that we've seen before. And Deck makes it 1-0 to Leipzig. And they're coming looking for a second here. And all of it, I mean, some of the good play we've seen, it's come from an individual error. It's just synonymous. It's just synonymous of VFL, really, isn't it? It's just, you can do everything right, and it's one mistake. So I do feel bad for him, but let's see if they can get themselves back into this game. They're in the final third now. It comes out to this right-hand side. They're quite narrow, but he's worked it into the box, and good defending in the end from the Leipzig centre-back. And they've actually won the header. I said he wouldn't win a header this game. Eating my words now, but then he gets eaten alive, so... you take the good with the bad, and this is unconventional. Schalke kind of ping-ponging it around at the back, and they've lost possession. Ace Scorpion sweeps it up.
It's a bit sloppy. They need to take composure here, and I tell you what, they're rebuilding composure here, nice and easy. Let's play it up from back, settle it down. That's good. Keep your heads still in the game. They've
got 10 minutes to get themselves properly back into this game by getting a goal. It's the only way they can avoid getting knocked out in this German Charity Shield Community Cup thing.
we need to learn.
We should probably,
curtain raiser is,
But we're not very cultured, the pair of us.
Please put in the comments below what the German is. Because chances are we will not do the research, but we'd love to know anyway.
No, I mean, we don't have to commentate on another one of these German Charity Shield games for another season now, so we've got time to learn, but we'd prefer if you just told us. We've got 6 minutes left. Leipzig with the L1 triangle ball over the top, and he's managed to get away. It's hit the post, it's come back out, and Ace Scorpion's there again. That would...
I'll tell you what, that's the defence now. They're committing. The Schalke defence, they're moving up higher. They're very susceptible to a counter now because they're putting everything they can do. As you should. You're 1-0 down. You need to get a goal.
They were centimetres away from killing this game off, and good defending from Jack Hanna. Played down the line. Is this the last chance for Schalke to get back into this? It's on the left-hand side. It's the ever-present Michael. Cut back. And the centre-back, you could see he almost knew what he was going to do. Edge of the box, given away. Konza, good interception there. They are hanging on.
They're very high up. They're very, very high up here, Schalke.
Trying to dribble it in. They just can't get it out. Pressure's on now. Big winner, another big header.
Centre-backs joined into the attack.
And can Leipzig build something here? It's 2-on-1 if you can flick this round the corner. Big win from Ace Scorpion again. But another good ball. from Holloway. And he's been given away again. Temper swings it in. It's Deck. And he's finished the game off.
Last minute of the game. Clinical. Absolutely clinical.
Opposite corner this time. He's gone left the first time, right the second time. And good night. That's all she wrote. They will be lifting the shield of some kind.
Trophy, medal.
I think that was literally the last kick of the game. It's a cruel game sometimes, but I think in the balance of things there, Leipzig were good value for that win, surely.
Yeah, I don't think there's. Again, you look at the two halves, and you look at who was more likely to win, and I tell you what, it was Leipzig. Schalke played great, and I tell you what, defensively they were great for most of the game. It's 2 lapses in concentration, 2 errors. Didn't do much offensively, but I tell you what, Schalke played well.
They defended like champions, and to be fair, when you're having to defend so much, you know, you can't always help those heavy touches by your pro. If FIFA decides it's going to give your pro a heavy touch, there's not really much you can do about it, and that's when you need your teammates to dig you out. And unfortunately for Schalke today, there was just no one around who could dig out those individual errors. And let's not take anything away from Deck, who is the match winner for Leipzig today. 2 brilliant goals and two assists there I just saw for Temper. So he's the man who's pressing from the front, leading from the front. We get to watch those goals again, and it is Temper who wins that. Hands it off. There's the ball roll that Domino called. That was the first goal, and again, just trying to play it out from the back there. Another ball roll. Do you know what? I missed that second ball roll.
It's OP, but like I said, at finish, it needed to be finished.
This is just bread and butter, isn't it? There's nothing.
Yeah,
there's nothing
easier.
the keeper can do there. I mean, he falls to his knees, and that's just how every goalkeeper feels when the ball gets absolutely smashed past you. There's not really much you can do there.
I mean, if you go back and look at it again, if you look at the defender absolutely smashed it at the guy, and it fell about 2 yards away from him. So you'd be upset about it, but FIFA's FIFA, mate. Can't control it. Just got to live with it.
And my final question for tonight, Domino, man of the match. Who are you thinking?
It's a pretty simple one, isn't it? It's going to go with Declan. I think it was the difference in the game. I mean, the whole team played to his strengths, and I tell you what, there were some standout performances. But Declan, in 2 moments of brilliance, really took his chances. Lethal up top. One to watch this season for sure.
And that concludes our viewing for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. Nice bit of higher tier action. That is the season curtain opener for the German League. So if you like that, go and catch them over on VFL. That just leaves me to say thank you so much for you guys for tuning in, and to my co-commentator Domino. And we'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much, and good night.
Take care of yourself, guys.